everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 Ford Escape and its 10-speaker B&O audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls, and then look at speaker locations. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to get to the music, click ahead in the videos. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on this sound system, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. I'm going to record a members-only sound test tomorrow on this system with some member-requested tracks. I'm going to dig into a little bit more and kind of work on our evaluation. So if you want to see that and support the channel, click the link below. And before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Redesigned for 2023, the Ford Escape. Definitely pushing the price tag up. This one you're looking at about $44,000, and I don't know if it's quite worth it, but maybe after evaluating this B&O sound system, maybe I'll be a little bit more convinced. But if you do want to see more on the model as a whole, check the link in the description. This is the hybrid model with all-wheel drive. We're going to be running a fuel economy test, doing a full review. I'm also going to do a full breakdown on the Sync 4 infotainment system. If you want to see that, all those links will be below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, just as the audio engineers intended, so let's take a look at those now. The large 13.2-inch Sync 4 infotainment display here. We're already on the media screen. I'm going to go down here to sound, which they've placed conveniently right there. Up here to tone settings, we've got adjustments for treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those. Admittedly, not a huge range of adjustability, but I've got to say I really appreciate how easy this is to adjust. You all who watch the channel regularly know that some cars I get in here and you got to really pinpoint your finger and kind of drag this around. I appreciate how quick and easy this is to tap around, and you can reset them all very quick. That's important if you're on the road and trying to make adjustments to your EQ. Below tone settings, we've got adjustments for balance and fader. You can move that all around the cabin and then reset it back to the middle. Nice big buttons too, I appreciate that. Then you've got speed compensated volume, so as you get moving faster, the music will get louder to compensate for wind, road, and drivetrain noise. We're gonna leave that on low. And lastly, you have sound modes, stereo and surround. Surround is gonna give you more of an artificial kind of surround effect. Stereo is gonna be a little bit more true to recording, but let's listen to both. The song's ending a little bit right there. Let's head back and skip into the next song. We'll give you a little more demo. It's not a huge change, but we're going to stick mostly with stereo for this test, keep it more true to recording. Now, I should note, just because it has a surround mode doesn't mean that's full 5.1 surround capability. In fact, this drive we're using has some songs from immersiveaudioalbum.com. It's got their 5.1 tester, and when I listened to that earlier, the car fell on its face with this system because it's supposed to play proper 5.1, and is it even coming up here? Oh no, this drive doesn't even have the 5.1 track. I had the other drive in with the 5.1 test track, and you couldn't hear all the different channels. It sort of just eliminated them rather than down mixing to stereo, and then the whole drive stopped working. So that was disappointing. But yeah, it's not a real 5.1 surround, it's just an artificial surround mode. For audio adjustments here in the Escape, you've got volume knob here. Works nice, it's got good clicks. It is kind of far from the driver though. If I'm just driving here, I'm gonna have to stick to these wheel mounted controls on the left side. That would be close to the passenger though. For track selections, no physical controls for that. You've got to be on the proper menu. So say you're listening to a USB drive and you've got something like Android Auto up or your navigation. There's no quick way to adjust your track. You're going to have to go home and then right there, click through and adjust. Or if you're the driver, you can do it on the right side of the wheel. For audio inputs, here in the Escape, you've got your standard AM, FM, and Sirius XM satellite radio with support for HD radio on FM. And going back, we've got Bluetooth support as well, support for wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto support with both a USB-A and a USB-C port up there. What does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no 3.5mm aux input, and there's also no streaming services built in. I'm surprised to see the newer system here that we don't have any Spotify or Apple Music or Pandora or anything like that, but at least we've got that wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Speaker locations. Like I said, this is a 10-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door, mid-ranger there, 1, tweeter up front, 2, and this actually might be a little bit more of a woofer up there, 3 mid-range center, 4, 5. Coming into the back, you've got 6, 7, 8, 9 for a little tweeter, and then more of a mid-range woofer there. And then lastly, opening up the tailgate, liftgate, cargo, whatever you want to call it, we've got a subwoofer back here making 10. Alright, with that out of the way, I'm going to get this stuff put away, and we're going to head out on the highway. I like the speakers in this car, I do. I also like Ford's addition of a very strong subwoofer back there. What surprises me is the tuning. I found, especially listening to the members-only tracks last night, that the best thing to do is drop the mid-range down a good bit, like right there, and then drop treble down some too. It takes the harshness off the top and the middle, and it allows more of the musicality and the driving forces below to come through and sound more satisfying. If you leave it at flat EQ in this system, you're getting a lot of noise and mess in the upper mid-ranges, and the high end is too much. It doesn't sound good. Speaking of subwoofer, for this next track, we'll turn the bass all the way up, which you barely need to do because this thing's already tuned up pretty hot, and see what we get. Oh yeah, I got mirror shakage. It's not falling out too much either. We're not losing too much. It's not the most powerful system, but the subwoofer is pretty well balanced. No distortion. I'm happy with that. My thoughts on the 10-speaker B&O here in the 2023 Ford Escape. It's a solid system, and after listening to a lot of different music, a lot of different sort of situations, I'm going with a solid B. One of the things that really helps the system out is the fact that this Escape is actually pretty quiet on the highway. We're on a fairly noisy concrete section of road right now, but for the class, this is pretty refined and quiet inside, so that helps elements of the music come through. The system's also helped out with the fact that the speakers sound like they're pretty decent quality. Things that are hurting it are, like I said, the tuning. The tuning's a little strange. And yeah, and it's the thing that's keeping it from being like a B plus or an A sort of system. Just doesn't have a wow factor. You're not going to turn on any songs on here and be blown away. The only one that kind of surprised me was Paint the Town Red, a bass heavy song by Doja Cat. And when that subwoofer kicked in, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And I think that's smart. I think it's smart for the price point that Ford puts a big old subwoofer in here. It's going to impress people in the showroom, and overall, you're going to be happy with this system. But it's not like a leader of the class like the CX-5 Bose. It's pretty on par with a lot of like the Toyota, a little bit slightly better than the Honda, and then definitely better than the Hyundai and the Kia, and maybe a little bit better than the Nissan and Mitsubishi as well. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the Escape, check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.